What up, world? My name is Chibbi and I am a writer and spoken word artist out of South Texas, and I'm an instructor with Gemini Ink. Today we're going to be focusing on writing an invocation or shoutout poem. What that means is we all have influences, things that have molded who we are and our work. This is a great way of honoring the things that mean a lot to you, the inspirations and the heroes that have created who you are. To create a great and appropriate introductory poem for your collection and an account of all your influences. All you're going to need is something to write with and something to write on. So let's start by talking about what an invocation or a shoutout means. When I think of an invocation, it has an almost spiritual and ritualistic aspect to it. I think of like calling out to my ancestors and those that came before me, those that have created the world that I now live in. Similarly, a shout-out is almost like giving props to the people, places, and things that inspire you. Celebrities, friends, families, anything that has helped mold you into the person you are and the work that you now create. Let's take a look at a couple examples of these types of poems. The first is called Shoutout by Sekou Sundiata.
Here it is, shout out. Here's to the best words in the right place at the perfect time. Here's to 3-hour dinners and long conversations, to the philosophical ramifications of a beautiful day. To the 12 steppers at the 13th step, may they never forget the first step. To the increase, to the decrease, to the do, to the did, to the do, to the did, to the do, to the did, to the done, done. To the lonely, to the brokenhearted, to the new blue haiku. Here's to all or nothing at all. Here's to the sick and the shut in. To the was you been, to the is you in, to what's deep and deep, to what's down and down, to the lost and the blind and the almost found. Here's to the crazy, the lazy, the bored, the ignored, the beginners, the sinners, the losers, the winners, to the smooth and the cool, and even to the fools. Here's to your ex-best friend, to the rule benders and the repeat offenders, to the lovers and the troublers, the engaging, the enraging, to the healers and the feelers and the fixers and the tricksters, to a star falling through a dream when you know what it means, to the bottom, to the root, to the base, boom, to the drum, to the was you been, to the is you in, to what's deep and deep, to what's down and down, to the lost and the blind and the almost found. Here's to somebody within the sound of your voice this morning. Here's to somebody who can't be within the sound of your voice tonight. To a low cholesterol pig sandwich smothered in cyan without the pork. To a light buzz in your head and a soundtrack in your mind going on and on and on and on like a good time. Here's to promises that break by themselves. Here's to the breaks with great promise. Here's to people who don't wait in the car when you tell them to wait in the car. Here's to what you forgot and who you forgot. Here's to the unforgettable. To the was you been, to the is you in, to what's deep and deep, to what's down and down, to the lost and the blind and the almost found. Here's to the hip-hoppers, the don't-stoppers, heads nodding in the digital glow of their beloved studios. To the incredible, indelible impressions made by the gazes you gaze in the faces of strangers. To yourself you ask, could this be God straight up, or is it a mask? Here's to the tribe of the hyper-cyber, tripping at the virtual-most outpost, at the edge, on the tip, believing that what they hear is the mothership drawing near. To the was you been, to the is you in, to what's deep and deep, to what's down and down, to the lost and the blind and the almost found.
Notice the repetition and how it makes the phrases almost song-like. Also, by using the repetition, these giant, seemingly disconnected ideas, they come together. They may seem random, but collectively, they have inspired this specific author. And through this, we get to know a little bit more about who he is. Through specificity, the listener is able to connect more to the writer. All right, now it's your turn to write your version of an invocation or shoutout. You can repeat the phrase come or here's to, or make up your own phrase. The key is the use of repetition and personal specific details. Don't stress too much, it's just a first draft, so try and fill the whole page. Go ahead and pause this video now and take 15 to 20 minutes to write. Great job! There's really no wrong way to do this because it's about your shout out and your influences. Now the next step is editing. Go back and look at your work. Look at your word choices, your order of your lists. Where's the flow? Where's the rhythm? Can you be more specific? Editing is such a crucial part of the writing process. The more you work on your work, the stronger writer you become and the stronger your body of poems. Thank you so much for joining me today. Make sure you follow Gemini Ink on all social media platforms, including YouTube, so you can get more great content and prompts to continue inspiring you. Stay safe out there and keep writing.